up, baby girl? How you doing?
I am good. How's everybody out there?
What's cracking, lacking, folks? What's going on out there in TSOA land? Yep, we figured we'll fucking tap in tonight, man, on a Saturday night, hanging out with baby girl. I'm a little bit under the weather right now, but I'll be alright. I send mine to everybody out there. What?
Oh, I had the sound on this other phone. That's all. It popped up on an ad.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in on the chat. It's just hard to get into from the 45th.
That's strange.
There we go. I'm figuring it out. You know.
It's all good, man.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. We're here.
We're here, folks. What's cracking, man? What's up with you, baby girl? What's going on, baby girl land?
Oh, just kind of being your wife and trying to take care of shit. What?
Oh, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Kenosha. That's how they talk in Wisconsin. Kenosha, Wisconsin. You know.
Don't make fun of people. Stop it. Quit it.
No, it's an accent, man. I think it's
oh, you know, I know. Just kind of fell out.
Yeah.
I'm not from the North Midwest. No, I'm not. But
it's too cold, man. It's too cold up there. I got too many fucking metal parts in my body, man. That shit killed me. That shit hurt.
Yeah, and they're gonna try to put some metal parts into me here pretty soon. Well, it'll be a couple of cyborgs there.
I got more metal in me than most people got in 2 lifetimes. Ain't that something? I got metal in my spine, metal down my legs, down my left leg. But yeah, it's a trip. So what's up, man? We got people in the chat room yet?
It's still pretty quiet. There's at least a couple people lurking in the background. Oh.
Lurking?
Lurkers.
You lurking?
Lurkers, yeah.
If y'all were in the talk last time when we were doing a live on Wednesday, sorry we had to cut y'all off. The dog was cussing me out, man.
Yeah, we're sorry about that.
He was telling me he the boss. He was telling me he's the boss. He rules the roost. And he had to go take a shit. He didn't want to shit his pants. he was cussing me out, folks. He was letting me have it, boy. I've been cracking up since.
He really did too.
That was funny.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, that's right. You let me know when he ain't happy. Oh, baby girl.
That's the truth. Yep.
Yeah. So what's cracking out there, folks? We got a few things to talk about tonight, man. Just a couple little things here I want to touch on, man. That's been circulating. It's been circulating and circulating, whatever the fucking word is, but
percolating.
Yeah, percolating and circulating. Fuck, man. I caught a little cold this week. My friend gave me his cold, man. And I surely appreciate it.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Bioterrorism, my ass motherfucker. That's just funny. But having a cold in prison ain't nothing nice, boy. There ain't nothing warm about prison. There ain't nothing warm about prison but a cell in the summertime, but a to sail in the summertime.
Hey, now we got PFC Mills from the UK listening again. He says, "Evening to both of us. Evening to you, PFC."
What's up, man? I sent mine over there in PFC. I sent mine in UK. Hell yeah, that's right. Around the world, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, worldwide. That's worldwide. Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fuck you. There were some things we've been hearing. Well, we heard a few things last week. It's funny. I caught wind of some shit with these old snitchtubers and their Project Mockingbird, right? It's like a parrot. It's like a parrot, man. One parrots the other one parrots the next, the other one parrots the next. They mock each other, they clown each. Like, this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Well, they're all using the same language. It makes you wonder if they're coming it up with it on their own or if somebody's telling them.
No, someone's telling them. And that just verifies, like, what I've been saying is that if people are being controlled, they're being controlled by their masters. They're being controlled by their handlers. And, it is what it is. Project Mockingbird, if you ask us. They got the same language. They all trip on the same trip, and then they all talk about the same thing. And it's a fucking bizarre world. That's why I don't even pay attention. But I do know that them fuckers are being handled by their fucking masters. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So beware, folks. Beware, man. Because what you're getting on that end, it ain't real, man. It ain't real at all. I try not to make them relevant at all, man. They don't get nothing from me and mine. And again, no GP gonna talk to no motherfucking weirdo snitch ever. Not on no YouTube, not in life, whatever. But so I wanted to holler about that for a minute, and then there was something that's a hot button in the news. My wife and a friend of ours, Allison, shout out to you, came up, got this article about this Sgt Chomo, ISU Sgt Chomo, down there in Chowchilla, right, baby girl?
At the women's prison.
Yeah, Chowchilla, at the women's prison. And, this guy here was arrested for child pornography on his cell phone and his home devices or whatever, and child molestation and all sorts of shit, man.
Distributing it.
So, right, distribution of child pornography. That's, god damn, dude, you fucking weirdo, man. So, to become an ISU sergeant, that's nothing small for them people, for correctional guards. Investigative Service Unit, that's what that is. ISU, Investigative Service Unit. And what they do is investigate crime within the prisons. And so this guy is an ISU sergeant in a woman's prison. I don't know where he was, if he's been there his whole career or nothing about him, but I know this. That's some tainted shit right there, and that reflects on CDCr, period.
Well, he wasn't a very powerful. He wasn't a very powerful position.
Yeah, that is a very powerful position, and it leads me into this, right? The ISU sergeant, they are like, they're the black patches, man, and the black patches are the guys that are the problem. They're the ones that are a lot of times falsifying confidential memorandums in our files, and we can't even challenge it,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But this guy here, he did one of the most vile, disgusting crimes to in humanity, man. I mean, to fucking commit that type of crime, man. It's like the worst of the worst of the worst, And so, but I want to say this though. There's been a lot of people in that guy's career that he's fucked off, fucked over, and fucked up over having that position. He's written probably hundreds of 115s, write-ups. We call them 115s. A write-up is a 115, 115. He's probably written hundreds of confidential memorandums on people he didn't like, convicts, prisoners he didn't like, women or men. If he was somewhere else, he's probably been behind hundreds of cases, new cases. But okay, because there's a few parts to a 115.
Well, and
you got the
don't forget also, before you go on, that he's also responsible for doing something about these like weirdos that are going in there under the guise of transgenderism, and nobody's stopping these fuckers from doing what they're doing. Shouldn't he be like front line on that?
Yeah. Well, he's ISU sergeant, man. I mean, but I don't know how that works over there in the women's prison. I don't know. That's an administration role. They're the ones that create the rules. He's the one that enforces them. But his thing is the investigative service unit. His thing is the police and crime within the prison. So, I would say he has a fucking role in everything. But more so in investigative service unit because he's ISU sergeant. But the thing here is, it breaks it all up. This guy in his career, if he's got 10, 15, 20 years in, coming up into this climbing up the ranks, many convicts and inmates have been fucked over by this dude.
Most likely.
Either it's a 115, a report, a confidential document, somehow, some way, hundreds of people have been fucked over by this dude. And now that he's been busted for that, every one of them reports, 115s, everything, period, ought to be expunged out of people's files. Everything that dude's ever touched.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Definitely, because he's probably got this weirdo agenda. He's like probably playing games and on some kind of power trip. I don't know. I think maybe he goes that way to prevent himself from acting out more so on the job, being surrounded by all those women, You can only imagine what kind of twisted mentality might be going on and all that.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I got no idea, man, but I know what he did was foul.
Absolutely.
I got no idea why. I just know it's just a disgusting, vile animal. He's not even a person. He's an animal, man. Let me call.
Well, that's our first segment. If you're new to the channel, we have to have Brant call in every 15 minutes because he is in solitary confinement here at CSP Sacramento, and he does have a tablet. Yay, tablet. So if you're new, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please hang out. If you got questions, go ahead and shoot them in the chat. I have to relay everything in the chat to Brant because he doesn't have access to the internet, just the phone line.
Oh, and your telephone number.
And that's Global Lena. She runs the show.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you for using Global Tail Link.
All right, we're back. We got Tim K is in the house and Dog is in the house, sending love and respect to all the decent folks.
Get on, Tim K, Dog. I send mine to you guys. Get on, man. I send mine out there, y'all. I'm a little bit under the weather tonight, folks. I'm kind of a little cold, man, but I'll be all right. Hey, but like I was saying, a lot of people got done dirty over that sergeant, that Chomo sergeant, ISU sergeant that they just busted. And I'm estimating probably about, I would say anywhere 250 to 300 people at least have gotten write-ups, confidential documents in the file by this dude. Every one of them that he's touched, that he got a signature on, everything he's ever touched ought to be thrown out. Everything. You're talking about real-life cases with real-life human beings, convicts being fucked over by a guy who writes a 115. You know, so that 115 now is no, it should be null and void because you got a Chomo that wrote it. A Chomo wrote the 115.
A Chomo that distributes.
Right. How is that not? I mean, that should be out. And that leads me to this. Okay, a 115 has two parts. It has the administration part within the prison system itself, shoe term, loss of privileges, shit like that, right? Okay. Oh, loss of good time credits. And then the other part is called a DA referral. A district attorney referral. DA referral is where the crime is the incident report, the 115, everything is submitted to the prosecution's office for possible prosecution. So you got two parts to the 115. You got the shoe term, loss of privileges, and the DA referral. Now, I guarantee you there's probably been many people that this guy's testified against, that, you know, he has gotten new cases out for. You know, people got new cases out of him. All types of shit. All that shit needs to be thrown out, man. All of it. And everybody or anybody that knew what he was doing, you know, or had a suspicion and didn't report it, or see some fun. This guy just did not come on the scene and you know, was that undercover. I guarantee it, man. They got weird rings like that. My wife seen one of them at the Bay, Pelican Bay. They have some wife swap shit going on up there with the correctional officers. Wife swap. Some weird shit going on, man.
Craigslist.
And yeah, Craigslist. It was on Craigslist, wife swap, and they got. I think there was a report up there in the newspaper about it. Some weird shit going on.
Wow.
And yeah, but I mean, this you're talking an ISU sergeant. That's supposed to be an entrusted position like you wouldn't believe. You know, but it's not. It's not. And this guy turned out to be a Chomo, a fucking child molester. We call them Chomos or Chesters. I usually call them Chesters, Chomos, whatever. Fuck them. But that's the 115. Is that, you know, there's two parts to it. And you know, I heard somebody saying earlier that, you know, a DA referral, you know, that's where you get more time, a new, fresh case. It's an in-house case. But, I mean, it's coming from in-house to the streets, to the DA out there. And that's a win-win case, usually, right? Because you're already behind the 8 ball. You're in prison. Boom, you look guilty already. No matter what they say, you look guilty. You know? It just, and there's cameras everywhere now. There's lying cops. There's lying staff. There's lying supervisors. They cover up this, cover up that, falsify reports, falsify 115. And my good buddy Tim K mentioned on a text earlier to me, baby girl, Tim, and I agree with you. I do agree. It should be perjury when they're caught lying on a 115. But here's the thing. Okay, in order to catch them lying on a 115, and I'm not proud of this, but I've had 79 115s in my history. 79 115s, Tim. And I ain't never caught one of them. I mean, I caught them lying all the time, but they don't do nothing about it when you 602 it or whatever. So, you know, and what they say is, you know, your boss is going to cover up for them or whatever. The only 115 I ever beat was the last one, that conspiracy to kill a cop. You know, that's the only one I ever beat. That's the only time I ever heard not guilty in my whole life. I've had a cellie that had a knife, got busted with a knife, and I was at work. And they came and got me for it, found me guilty for it, and let him go. Why? Because he ratted on me.
Because he said it was yours.
He came up with some stories that I told him. I told him I made him hold on to it, or I was going to put it in his chest.
So we got
crazy, man.
We got some questions in here if you want to hear them.
Shoot. Yeah.
Okay. PFC Meln says, does Brant get any association out there where he gets unlocked and can come out of the cell and mix with other inmates for an hour or so?
No, we don't. I get yard though. I get to go to dog kennel cages, yard cages, dog kennels. It looks like a little dog kennel cage for 3 hours a day if I want, but we're all separate. We can't touch each other. You know, we're in a cage. So that's my answer. I hope I cleared that up. Because we're in solitary confinement. Okay.
And then Dog says, how can the GP convicts foster more solidarity to get more concessions like were made during the hunger strike?
Right. That's a good one. Come together, revamp the hunger strike. Come together, reunite the fight, and start demanding stuff. Start demanding.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Start demanding that the conditions of confinement be upheld to the letter of the Astor settlement. Because see, the Astor settlement got turned over in part. Well, it didn't get turned over, but they kicked the courts out of the CDCr oversight. And now I got something I want to tell you guys. It's not gonna blow your mind because you're probably used to it by now. But to finish this question, reunite the fight. Maybe another big hunger strike, something, work strike, something has to happen. You know, in order to revamp this fight, because if not, we're slowly losing what we won. Like, we're slowly losing what we won on the Astor settlement. Think about it. Okay, the main thing was getting out of the chute, right? Okay, we got out of the chute, but we got out of Pelican Bay chute, but then a lot of us got put back in it in solitary ASA at other prisons. Okay, so and they're circumventing the gang validation now. They're like, okay, you guys are right. The validation process is flawed. So we're going to go over here. We're going to start doing this safety concern thing. We're going to start making it bogus. We're going to start doing what we do best and falsifying documents. We're going to falsify confidential information because we know the prisoner can't challenge it. And if he does, it's going to take 2 to 3 years in the courts. And then by the time he beats 1 or 2 documents, he's got another 10 that we gave him. That's how they look at it. So that's my thing, man, is I think we all need to come together. come back to home base and look what they've taken from the Astor settlement. And because we had a whole bunch of stuff that we actually won that's not being upheld in ANSEG, like standardization across the board in every hole, every ANSEG, every shoe, every lockup unit, standardization. Everything has to be the same. So it is not. It is not.
Mm-mm.
And that was a big part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my answer on that one.
And they keep stretching that too, don't they? They make it further and further apart.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, when you go in a hole for a reason that's not, by no fault of your own, say, like this kid over here next to me, he just came back here, got jumped on by a couple black dudes, and he come back here, and he went to committee on Thursday, and committee told him, and this is what I told you the other day, baby girl, is now what they're doing now, the last 6 months, 8 months, you don't even get NDS status no more, non-disciplinary status. Non-disciplinary status, you can get your tablet functions, like I'm talking on my phone, my text, my movies, and my music. Phone, text, movies, music. Okay? That's what all NDS get in this hole. Well, they're making NDS so hard to get now for the new guys coming to the hole that what they say at committee, if they come back here by no fault of their own, and they're, for whatever, like this kid got jumped on, saying that if they don't cooperate with the investigation, they're not getting nothing. They're going on disciplinary status. And I've seen this probably about 20 times since I've been in this prison. And I tell these dudes, 602 it, and send it straight to the hunger strike lawyers, because that was not what they settled for. That was not what they settled for. And so they're trying to force these kids and force prisoners to snitch just to get NDS status now. Thank God I've had my shit for about 3-4 years now, because I ain't snitching on shit.
So listen to this. PFC Mill says, yep, still 23 hours behind the door, but you don't go to solitary for years unless you're one of them that kills everything in sight and then eats them after. U.S. is brutal. No, you don't have to kill anyone at all to go in indefinite solitary. No, now you just have to not cooperate.
Right. So let me address that. Okay, if you go in the hole, and you put in work in your career in prison, you did your time, you done your fight, whatever. If you do not conform and be a cog in their wheel of corruption and agenda, and you become a threat by a legal beagle, you're a legal beagle, you go around helping people with...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Your 602 stuff, you challenge their flawed system, you challenge their corruption, you challenge them every time you you're going to home.
This call and your telephone number
possibly never getting out. Well, another 15 minutes. They'll be calling back. Just want to remind everybody, if you're tuning in for the first time, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Leave comments. Ask us questions. It is exactly like he says it is.
Thank you for using Global Till Link.
All right. There.
All right, I'm back.
And Dog says it seems
Yeah.
like it's the goal of committee to break convict solidarity.
Absolutely. Absolutely, dog. 100% correct, man. That's what they're trying to do. So, you know, I've seen this about 20 times. They'll roll somebody up off the main line, bring them to hole for possible enemy safety concerns.
Possible.
Okay, that dude comes to the hole 18 months. Like my old buddy that was next to me for a minute, he was here 14 months, and they gave him NDS status, and because. And the only reason he got NDS status is we helped him word it in the right manner. I don't know nothing. I have no idea what's going on. You guys brought me to the hole. I got no clue what the fuck. Why am I here? So they gave it to him. And that's what he said. Well, now, according to a couple people 6 months ago, they're getting even more stringent. They're saying, no, you can't even say, they're saying you have to give up whatever the fuck they want the motherfucker to give up. And I've heard cops, correctional officers, tell youngsters while they're in the cages, they got a room with 10 cages. They put 10 inmates in there, and one goes in the committee, goes back to a cell. It's like a fucking processing line. Next one, keep going. And I've heard cops tell dudes, just go in there and make up a story. Just go in there and lie to them so that...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Just go in there and make up a story so you can get your tablet. You know, just go in there and lie to them. Make up a story, man. That's wrong. That's wrong.
It's very wrong.
That's wrong. NDS, man, is for non-disciplinary status. And they're making it so hard to get now. Like this kid next door to me came back here, a couple people jumped on him, and he don't even know why, but they wanted him to make up a reason why. They wanted him to say whatever they wanted him to say, but he wouldn't do it. He's like, dude, I don't know nothing. I don't know what the fuck happened. They said, nope. You're losing your tablet. You're losing your functions on your tablet.
That's so wrong. This guy gets jumped. Probably got sucker punched. And he's expected
well, that's how them other guys do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, he probably don't. And that's the problem. It's like, you know, your life can change in the blink of an eye, man, in prison. And, you know, Tim K, you said something really good. It should be perjury, bro. When they get caught with them fucking bogus 115s and reports, absolutely it should be perjury, man. But who's going to find them guilty of it? Not their boss. Not their boss. Because then if their boss does that, finds him guilty of it, then he looks just as bad because, you know, the buck stops with him.
Right.
So, you know, they don't have a honorable system in prison. Fuck no, man. But I do agree, 100%, Jim K. And yeah, if you get on the stand and you lie on the stand in a court case, and you get caught with perjuring yourself, you're going to prison for 5 years. 5 years, perjury. But, you know, that's if they want to push the max, right? It's a 5-year max. And on the federal level, though. On a federal level. And, or even if you lie to an FBI agent, a marshal, a federal agent, I think a congressperson, it's 5 years off the top. 5 years. And, well, they get on the stand. They lie all the time, bro. They lie all the time. These cops lie on the reports. Nothing happens to these motherfuckers at all, man. Nothing. That's my beef right there. That's the beef I got with their whole system. Because they're supposed to be, like you said, man. They're supposed to be above. They're supposed they what do you call that? They're not supposed to be the exception. They're supposed to be the what?
Example.
Something like that.
The example.
Example. Yep. Yep. And you know, they do it all the time, man. They fudge words, they fucking twist words, they spin shit, they lie about people, and nothing happens to these motherfuckers. Nothing. Nothing.
No, it's not fair. It's definitely not fair, and a lot of people believe that it's not happening, and that's the hard part.
I don't know how they can't believe that.
Well,
right?
it hasn't happened to them. It hasn't happened to them yet.
After what? After all the whistleblowers there's been, and hearing Hector Bravo's show and a bunch of other shows, and talking with DJ Vodka and reading his book and all that shit, it's all fake? Come on, man. It's all fake? Man, well, I got a 24-karat gold bridge to sell you, and I promise it's real gold, not just gold paint. Fuck. No, man. There's been so many different cases, man. That is an example, man. So many different cases, and you know, just take the ISU sergeant at Chomo, right? Take that guy for example, and everybody that worked with him, right? Everybody that works with him in his whole career probably feels kind of grimy. And I understand. I mean, come on, man. This dude was raping kids and molesting kids and just distributing child pornography, man. And you know, he gonna get his day in court, I'm sure. But that guy should be buried underneath the prison. He should be buried underneath the fucking prison. And he is part of the corruption. You know? Yeah. He's an element of the corruption. It's an element. It's an element, man. So he's an element within the wheel of corruption, period.
Yeah.
Now, you know, that's not, you know, that's not a prevalent thing where you're always being busted for that type of shit. You know, it's not as prevalent as falsifying documents or 115s or confidential memorandums. That's 90% of the prevalent problem in prison is the falsification of documents and confidential informants snitching, lying while they're snitching. So that's the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem. Yep, it sure is. Yep. So, baby girl, we got any comments, questions?
Let's see. Doug says, so if I got it right, you either tell on someone or you get NDS and no tablet or communications.
Yeah. Okay. All right, dog. So, okay, when you come to home for disciplinary status, that's a write-up, or investigation status for a pending write-up, you get disciplinary. And on disciplinary, you don't get any privileges, anything. You don't get none of the functionalities, outlets of your tablet to your family. So what I'm saying is, like my phone, like I'm on it right now on my tablet, my text, my messaging, my text messaging to my wife and my family, movies and my music that I can buy. We got these movie apps, but it's just all prison movies that that they got for CDCr. You know, for every fucking movie in CDCr, basically. You know, it's all fucking Finding Nemo type of shit. SpongeBob SquarePants movies. Fucking weird shit, right? Kid stuff. I don't know why they show it to us, but they do. And so that is part of the privilege of being MDS, is you're here by no fault of your own, and then you get more commissary allowance of money, and you get a package, one package a quarter. Disciplinary, you don't get none of that, and you get the lowest of the lowest commissary.
Which is what?
So
tell the people what
$75
that is.
a month.
$75 a month.
The lowest of the lowest commissary. Yeah, $75 a month commissary, and like the prices are so high at commissary though, it's outrageous. You know, I have to get the list and send it to baby girl, and she can put it online. But you know, when you're non-disciplinary, you can go $300, 270 or 220, and then 300. You got two different statuses for non-disciplinary. But you know, that's the difference. That's the difference. And what they're doing here is at this prison is they're using the communication factor with your family as punishment.
Well, that sounds pretty
because
cool.
If they were, then all disciplinary would have phone, and they would have text messaging, right? Disciplinary status. Everybody in the whole here would have this phone and text messaging capabilities, but they don't. So they're using your fucking family rehabilitation and communication as punishment. They are. Yep. So I mean that's how this place is. Pelican Bay out here in Pelican Bay Shoe and Courtroom Shoe, I guess the disciplinary status, they at least get their text messaging capabilities. You know, they can text their family, they can get it right, they can get the text in like a minute, you know, however, a couple seconds, and they can get back at them. And I'm going to tell you why, though. I'm going to tell you why. Because they don't like passing out the mail. It cuts down on the mail, right?
Right.
Okay, so whatever creates less work for the officers, it's better for them, right?
Right.
Now, if it wasn't better for them, them guys wouldn't be getting it. But because it's better for them, they get it. Yeah.
Well, it seems to me they would
That's
support have those guys having phones and whatever.
Right.
I mean, it's really the
This
only
call and your
rehabilitation
telephone
going
number will be
on.
monitored and recorded.
When everything else is taken away from you, there's no opportunity for rehabilitation except those family communication to help keep a man from, you know, losing all hope.
Right. Well, I think at least I think at the very least, you know, they ought to do like Pelican Bay does and give everybody their text. You know, I mean, come on, man. You know, I mean, fuck. And in fact, my attorneys still haven't gotten my legal mail I sent 2 weeks ago.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Well, whoever signed for it must have done something with it. That's all I can think.
Let me call. Yeah, let me call back.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit insane here, the way they just keep manipulating and playing cheap shot games and pretend like they're not doing anything wrong by putting it on everybody else. Once again, I want to see more likes. Come on, guys, give us likes. You don't have to be new to like. You can be old and like. No, we're not here for the likes.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
All right, so we're back, and you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Doug says, so can you text anyone, or do the people have to be approved?
Yeah, dog, I can text anyone. I mean, but for you to get up there, get that app, you're going to have to show that you're a citizen. You're going to have to show your ID, and then I can text you. You can get on my tablet.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. Yep.
But he can call anyone whose phone number they have, and they don't have to do that, but the phone call's recorded.
Right.
So.
Right.
Still not.
But yeah, the text messaging, it was a smart thing. This tablet was a smart thing for rehabilitation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really, it was. And too bad they didn't come up with this idea 5 years ago, 10 years ago, because it would have been, it would have changed the system. But you're a little late in the game by coming up with this now. I mean, I guess better late than never, right? But, you know, we had a whole bunch of different things back in the days, man. They would have had this. I mean, so when I send a letter home to my family, it takes 7 to 10 days. Then they answer and respond, takes another 7 to 10 days. You're talking a 14-day turnaround.
That's a harsh
Text messaging is right. Text messaging is right now, so that helps a lot, especially with your family. You know, I mean, communicate with your people, man.
No, it's a world of difference.
Sure.
So is being able to talk on the phone all day is a huge, big difference.
Absolutely.
We're able to actually develop a relationship.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded
Through constant phone calls and their little interruptions. But we evolved so much after getting the tablet. It's just amazing. Like,
absolutely.
We learned so much about each other, and it was like, oh, you know, we've only been married for what, 12 years, 13 years, and we're finally getting to know each other.
Yep. Right. Yep. Absolutely.
I mean,
I can't say. I mean, the tablet is the best thing they've ever done for me in my whole 30 years in prison. Right? It really is. And, I mean, it's the best thing they've done for every prisoner, really, you know, and it really is. But what they're doing, though, is they're using here at this prison, CSP-SAC, solitary confinement ASA, they're using the two family apps, the two family communication apps, phone and text, as punishment. They are. I mean, because if they weren't, disciplinary would get it too. Everybody, you know, all disciplinary, and now they're cracking down so much on this NDS status. They're trying. I mean, they're fucking stopping a lot of people from getting it because nobody wants to go. You know, nobody's going. No GP gonna try to cross that line. You know, and snitch. No way. No way. So, you know, that exposes a lot. And it's like everything we got on the Astors pretty much done.
Like, just
the only thing that's changed is the validation process. Validation process. That is it. And really, like, that's it, man. Everything, all the other amenities that we won is being reversed, man. Like, there is no standardization across the state in these holes now.
Nope.
That's a solitary confinement.
Nope, and now they want to regionalize.
When I was in Corcoran's shoe, man, they got good commissary. Come here, this commissary is crap. Right? I mean, we make it work, but it's all crap. You know, it's different than Corcoran's. And then go to another ad set, like Salinas has that NDS status there, you get everything. You get GP canteen list, you get your packages, you get to participate in the mainline food sales once a quarter. You know, you get all that. The only thing you don't get is contact visits and ice cream in the canteen. But that's understandable. I get it, whatever. And like I said, man, they have a guy, my old neighbor, they had him sitting here for 14 months. He didn't kill nobody. He didn't get busted with a knife. He didn't do nothing. He was out there on the main line working, programming, trying to get him a release date, right? Trying to get him a release date, a real release date. And going to school, working, got his GED, staying out of their bullshit. Boom, all of a sudden, some anonymous kite pops up, or a snitch, some snitch, confidential anonymous snitch pops up, said you may or may not have safety concerns. 14 months that dude sat here in the hole for nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's crazy. So dog says, so forcing someone into telling on someone in the case of the kid that got jumped on or losing their tablet seems very sadistic.
Absolutely. It's beyond that. It's sadistic. It puts a whole different level to sadistic, man.
Well, sadism's the name of the game in some of these COs. And it's more than you realize.
It's like I said, man. It's the administration, man. It's the administration, really. You know.
Yeah.
It's the administration. They're the ones that told this kid, you need to cooperate. And he said, I don't know nothing. They go, well, you need to figure out something. What? What kind of shit is that?
That's insane. And because he doesn't know what's going on, anything he makes up isn't going to fit into what they want to know anyways, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. What they'll probably do is pull him out here in the next week or so and tell him, hey, we'll give you your shit. All you got to do is tell us who you're living next door to and tell us this, and this. Tell him that he said this to you, he said that to you. And they feed him the information, and then once he eats it, he'll regurgitate it right back to him. That's not him. No, I'm not saying him, but that's an example of how they do it.
Three-way call.
Alert. Fuck you, lying bitch.
Tim K says a lot of people simply have no knowledge or concerns about prison. Yeah. Sadly, most people, the only people paying attention are the ones who have someone in there, have been there. And a lot of them, I know a few, their prison experience is something they do not want to revisit or relive ever again. They're not trying to help no one. They're just trying to live their lives and stay clean, stay out of the way.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people, they don't pay attention until it affects them personally, man. And a lot of families have known people in prison or done time or have family members in prison nowadays, especially in California, Tim. It really is. And a lot of people, man, they don't pay attention. They don't care. And then this chick's brother goes to prison. Next thing you know, he gets shot and killed by a corrupt cop. Or this chick that's down there in Chowchilla is down there with this child molester ISU sergeant who's fucking telling her to suck his dick and play with her butt and shit like that.
Hey, come
on. Or you can give her 115, and then, wait a minute, man. And then the 115 stops her parole. So that's what we're dealing with in here, man. That's what we're dealing with. And, like I said, that people only pay attention when it hits home. And sometimes when it hits home, it's too late. Sometimes when it hits home, it's too late. And, it's fucked up because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Anytime, too. Anytime. I just, goddamn, man, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, don't be graphic about it. You can say stuff like that without it being super graphic.
Well,
yeah.
I ain't near as graphic as half these other dudes are. But hey, man, I'm keeping mine real. That's how they do it.
Well,
straight up.
I don't know which guys you're talking about, but the guys on the censor board don't like to hear that kind of stuff. So,
No, I'm talking about this ISU sergeant, man.
Yeah, I'm talking
about
the rules and regulations of the internet, darling.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but hey, folks, I keep it real, man. I keep mine uncensored. I guess I gotta censor myself now.
No, you just need to.
I guess I got the censor police on my ass.
You can't be graphic like that, honey. You just can't. I mean, even though it's not approved for kids, we still gotta, just don't be graphic. Not like that.
Well, I guarantee you that ISU sergeant was doing some foul shit.
Yeah, foul shit.
No
That's
doubt about
perfect. Foul shit was perfect.
Okay, hey, homeboy, folks, whatever he was doing, I don't know, but I guarantee you wasn't above board. And when some little lady goes to the parole board down there and they get screwed over for him.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Or something he just said in their file, that's when people take notice because, it could be that lady's sister or brother or husband or son that should be involved. I don't know. That's just my opinion, man, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with your opinion. Just,
Oh, I know there's not. So
Dog's saying, my uncle and my dad did the majority of their lives in CDC. My uncle, rest in peace, started going in the 60s when there was only a few prisons, and it's an industry now.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, dog. But that's back when it was real, man. Now it's the industry, big corporation now.
We got a few
industry.
We got a few episodes where we go pretty deep into how, it's just a big cash cow and how much
it is.
They don't care about the lives they ruin.
Nope. No, hell no. It's a cash cow. I mean, you got judges and DAs and they're all stakeholders.
Yep.
It's a business now.
And supposedly now
you got stakeholders, it's a business.
Medical institutions as well, and I'm sure a few other interesting avenues. All these businesses that use prison labor to provide their products and services, they're all stakeholders too.
Yeah. You sure are. It's when you got a fucking business or you put the people in boxes.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
But having lawyers and judges as stakeholders, that's some fucked up shit right there.
Yeah. Because now they got an incentive to dump the case, so you go to prison and they got you in a box funding their prison. Let me call back.
Yep. All that lobbying going on. Yes, sirree. It's really upsetting when you look at the big picture and you try to get other people to look at the big picture and they just can't see it because they can't believe that an institution this powerful would be lying. Imagine that. But whatever. You know, all we can do is try to get people to see what's really going on with their tax dollars. Be sure to like, be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe. Hey,
I'm back.
hey, Doug says they contract all sorts of businesses and the businesses give kickbacks. Well, yeah, you know, my first thinking is that they pay, I think they have to pay half of what minimum wage is for that type of like internship work or like sponsored work. So they're probably getting $6 or $8 an hour off these guys, and then these guys are only getting paid like 8 to 30 cents an hour.
Yeah, 8 cents. I think my job in Sleeves, I was a barber. I got like 10 cents an hour.
That's crazy.
No, 12. I got 12 cents. I was big ball and shot calling 12 cents an hour.
How many haircuts did you do in a month?
None. I didn't do none. I ain't cut no hair. There ain't no white boys got hair. So, hey. I'll do your boy and the long hair boys, they like their shit long, man. So, they wouldn't let me cut off.
Alright.
Like, I think I might have edged a couple dudes up. I think I did fade one, high end tie or whatever it was. That's it. Maybe one or two, I would say, the whole time I was there.
Wow.
But it's still a pay number. You get paid every time you go get your box, and I carry my box. My box stay with me. Yeah. But no, man, it's a business, dog. Jim, it's a business, folks. It really is.
So
I just, I got a problem when it comes to the falsification of documents in our files, man. Because that ruins lives. It does. It destroys lives.
Well,
big time.
You know, they've already decided they're not going to give you a chance to for anything. And what's their reasoning behind that? Because you don't.
I don't conform. I won't conform.
But you don't fit the bill. I mean,
This
even
call
being
and
there,
your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
you weren't out robbing houses and mugging people and beating people up and none of all that shit. You weren't that person when you entered prison. Yet
I know.
they got that stranglehold on you. It makes no sense.
It's weird. I can't explain it. It's just weird.
It is weird.
It's awkward. It's weird. I can't explain it. I told you all that before. It's really strange. I just don't get it. But they'll let the next guy go home that's done all that.
Yeah.
You know? Don't let motherfucking weirdos go home. Chomos and rapos and homos, man.
It makes no sense.
They'll give them all types of action.
Makes no sense.
Give them all types of action. Yeah. It's crazy shit. But, hey, man.
Well, it's the same as putting known sex offenders into women's prisons. I mean, what the fuck? What are they thinking?
I don't know. Like, what midget-minded motherfucker came up with that idea? That's what I call a midget-minded motherfucker right there.
Scott Wiener.
Think of that guy's name for a minute. Scott Wiener.
Oh, yeah, no,
really?
That's the joke. He likes to go to, like, Folsom Street parades or Folsom Street Fair type situations, so, he's as unwholesome as they get.
Well, I mean, like, you got this dude that's, I don't know what he is. It's a dude. He was born with a dick and balls. You're going to put him in a women's prison. What do you think he's going to do? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, like, really? You got to, I mean, like I said, man, he's a mental midget for real.
Huh.
Real mental midget, yo.
I think he's just one of those sickos that like just really enjoy being some kind of sicko, and they get off on people being harmed and destroying their lives, and especially if they get to touch their what area. I mean, it's just all the better sicko shit for them.
Strange shit. Scott Wiener's a weirdo.
But he's an elected official, and it's frightening.
Yeah, well, a lot of them elected officials are weirdos. A lot of them fuckers are weirdos too. Not all, but they're the ones they get busted with child porn all the time too.
So the scum at the top is starting to form a crust. You see that? It doesn't get crustier than Pelosi. I mean, Hey, that thing. Does Scott Wiener paint his nails? Probably.
That's fun.
Doug was saying, I know they were contracting tradesmen to work at RJD. I've never seen contracts like that up for bid, so it's got to be a sweetheart deal. Oh my God!
Yeah.
You heard the roof story at CSP-SAC. They need new roofs. They're going to cost $22 million each, but they're still working on them, and all they managed to do is tar patch, and it ain't working.
Yeah. Well, they say they retard the whole roof and put seals on them, but
that's not what it means.
Wait a minute, man. Hold up, man. That's not $22 million.
No, fuck
using
no.
inmate labor.
Of course not. It's not even fucking $10,000 worth of tar.
Inmate labor, and them guys probably make about 20 cents an hour, right? Because they're level ones. 20 cents an hour, and I mean 6 or 7 dudes on a roof. Really? I mean, that's $22 million. Like I said, I keep telling these investigative reporters they need to get up into that, because they're going to find all types of fucking corrupt monetary elements. No doubt about it. I got no doubt about it, man.
Yeah.
But, man. I got, it's always something with these people. It's always something. Whether it's burning us, lying about me, lying about my homeboys, whatever. It's always something. Yeah, man, that Project Mockingbird was pretty funny. My wife came up with that. It was kind of funny, man. It seems like these old funny style ass dudes on this internet, they all got the same type of language. I think they all concur, like they all correlate their message for the day or message for the week or hater for the day or whatever it is, and they concoct their story, huh, babe?
Oh yeah. Dog says, I doubt CSP-SAC cost $22 million to build when it was new.
Right. Yep. I think you're right there, bud.
They're trying to say $22 million per roof. That's 4 roofs. Like
per roof. Yep.
No, I know, and they're not trying to replace the roofs. I mean, 2 years after that was declared, there was, oh my God, it was just flooded out in the visiting room, completely flooded out going into visiting.
Oh yeah, in fact, they shut it down. They shut the visits down.
Well, that was the first. No, that was the first year. The second year, it was still leaking. They just hadn't shut it down. And the whole entryway was flooded. There was a 33-gallon garbage can that was overflowing. It was just like,
oh wow. Yeah. So what they'll do what they'll do is when they have a leak coming from the roof, is they'll get the 33-gallon garbage can and put it there, and that's their fix to it.
There were chunks hanging. Chunks. Like more than a foot long. It wasn't like it was a damp ceiling.
Yeah.
There were chunks. There was big open area where it all fallen out. It's like, no, tar's not gonna fix this. You need to replace the roof.
No, that's a whole new restructuring type of thing, man. But yeah, I went into that in some of our videos already, folks. Check them out. I think those are some of our first lives that we did. I went into all the workings of it. It's fucking crazy, man. And if a reporter gets up in that, boy, he's gonna break a huge story. I guarantee you they cannot account for the $22 million per roof using inmate daily labor at 20 cents an hour for these inmates that are doing that. I guarantee, I put my word on it. I know for a fact that there's no way those roofers, the retar roof, is costing $22 million.
Well, and you can't read tar over holes. My God.
It's just gonna leak. It's gonna leak. It's not gonna fix it, man.
Chunks as big as like you would need two hands, like held at shoulder length.
Yep. I remember. Yep.
Wow.
But, I want to. Hey, folks, earlier we were listening to something. I won't say no names or nothing, but we were cruising by somebody's thing, and I heard people hating on somebody. And it cracks me up, man, because it's a bunch of internet beef. It just cracks me up, man. Like,
well, and then they all said the same thing.
Yeah. What I don't understand is why people don't get on here and use this damn thing to spread the message about the corruption. I don't get it, man. It's like somebody want to get on here and hate on somebody over here who's hating on this guy who's talking good about that guy.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Are you gonna go lay down now?
To me, this is a powerful tool to be able to have some real transparency into my cell right now. Into the next man's cell, right? This is real powerful. And like the guys that's paroled and gone home doing life and stuff, okay, cool, whatever. But attack the corruption. I hear dudes want to sit there and argue about who likes who don't like who, and that's that pitch head shit, man. And I think that if people were to use their heads a little bit, it might have be a better service to the public,
Maybe.
But yeah, when I'm done with this video, I want y'all to be able to walk away with something new in your head that I was able to expose to you that wasn't there before. Like my last video, I think my last video was a good one when I was talking about the guy and how they did it, the confidential informant on me. And I had not left Pelican Bay 13 years, but yet some dude down in Bakersfield, some dude down in Calipatria said I went to Bakersfield for court. And it's like, dude, I ain't even left Pelican Bay, dude. And that's the type of crap that they're doing. And that's just one tiny thing out of thousands of things that they do.
Makes no sense.
Bogus.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
A bogus, falsified, confidential informant against me, man. And it's fucking bizarre. Because that's where the real fight's at right there. That's where the real fight's at. Let me call back.
Yep. Well, I'm getting close. close to the end here. If you guys got any other questions or want to know anything, now's the time to strike. Again, please subscribe, please like, please come back, because this stuff is juicy. When you break it down, it's like, wow, this is no joke, no exaggerations. The real deal. So follow us for the truth. Oh, and of course, the call didn't go through. And let's see. I guess we'll be back on Wednesday with who knows what. The call's not going through. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes she forgets her lines.
An incarcerated individual at the California State Project for Project Mockingbird. Let's call and our telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using Global Link.
Okay.
All right, I'm back, man.
You're back.
All right, man. So we got any questions? We'll make this one the last one, girl.
No, I just let them know it's gonna be, got the questions put out now.
Shoot it. I'm about to wind this one down, folks. Like I said, I'm getting over a little cold I had. Yeah, it's rough having a little illness in prison, man. That shit fucks you up. Cops bring it into us. We get all these germs from them, and then they don't even give them up for cold steps.
That's terrible.
Oh, man, it is what it is. I'll get over it. Fuck yeah. So, hey, folks, shoot your questions and comments, man. If you like hearing the truth about the real shit inside the prison, man, the real shit. Not this conjured up, rehearsed shit, fake crap, whatever. If you like the fake shit, don't come over here. You're not gonna like this.
Oh, they might. You never know. They might go, oh, the fake shit. Oh man, no, the fake shit sounds so fake. What's really going on here? They might get inspired. You never know.
You never know. But I do know this: that my shit's real. I keep it within my confines. And, you guys like hearing it. You hit the like button, share it, folks. Let's get the message out there. It needs to be disseminated. I get it, man.
Tim says,
regular average Joe don't.
Tim says many don't know the fake shit is fake. That's true.
Right. That's right, Tim. Like, the average Joe, and you're right, man. They don't care. They don't even trip, but they do when it hits home.
Mm-hmm.
They do when it hits home, and when it hits home, it's a day late and $1 short. Sometimes
always.
It's a little too late. Mm-hmm. That's like with that commercial I've seen. If you need life insurance, like there was something in this commercial about life insurance. It might be too late when you're dead.
Oh my God.
Sometimes when it hits home, it's too late.
Right.
But I think that folks you're better off suited knowing where your tax dollars going to. And that's a fact. Mm-hmm. And knowing how tax dollars are being spent in prisons. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, think of it. These people, these officers, $90,000 a year to start, 90 G's a year, and then like in 6 or 7 years they top out, they max out at 110 a year. I mean, what? and all they do is fucking. They don't do shit. They don't do shit, man. They're not in fields. They're not building houses. They're not fucking doing back-breaking labor, nothing like that. But they'll say, oh, but schools, their life's in jeopardy. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's bullshit. They put their life on the line. That's bullshit. And the only time that there's been any staff assaults is 90% is on PC yards, SOY yards with the fucking weirdos and shit. Not on GP yards. Let's keep it separate because it is separate. That's the truth.
But it shouldn't be an either.
It
shouldn't be an either or thing when it comes to program. I don't understand that at all.
When it comes to program, you're right. I mean, across the board, the program should be the same, or the rehabilitation programs, right?
Yes.
But they got two systems. One that's catered towards the SOYs and one that's not. And the one that is, them dudes over there, they get 115s that disappear. They get all types of fucking shit. Because they done broke. They ain't got no soul. They're spineless. They're soulless. They done ratted on somebody because in order to go, for them guys to go that way, they have to tell everybody and their fucking, and put the salsa on the taco. With extra jalapeno sauce.
That's funny.
But, no, it's true though.
And they want it too. That the spicier the better. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care about the truth. We just want a good story to tell.
Yeah.
At your
That's all I
expense.
care about, man.
At your expense. It's
Right.
like, damn.
At my expense, I mean, a dude I don't even know, right? A dude I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
A guy I never even met. I've been buried in Pelican Bay all them years.
Mm-hmm.
Buried under the prison, basically. Never even left their prison. Don't even know nobody. The main line's changed. Every 10 years is a new generation. And then just as even, you people know that I never left.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They knew X, Y, and Z was all lies, and then they said, "Well, you're probably right, but we're gonna keep that there anyway."
Hey, listen.
Like, wow.
Listen. Dog says, has Brant seen any documents on European prisons? They get the keys to their cells over there. They get hobbies, job skills. That's rehabilitation.
Yep. You damn right, dog. I've seen some of that stuff. Yep, I did. I have. The Pelican Bay has a good PBS channel. And on the PBS channel up there, they did a good documentary on prisons in England, prisons in Spain. Those people, even the Norway Project, I seen something on it before it became Norway Project. But that's real rehabilitation, man. Not like for us, the rehabilitation's tag on their fucking shoulder pad for these cops, CDCr. It's always been a joke. It's a joke within them. It's a joke within us. Even the nurses know it's a joke. They know it. It's an inside joke, and people out there don't get it. They don't understand what the joke is. The joke is on you guys. It's on you guys because your tax dollars are going to these programs that are not even being implemented.
Mm-mm.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Tax dollars go to all these programs and shit like that that's not even being implemented.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fucking a shame if you think of it.
Well, they're paying for all of it, like you said. They're paying. Where's the money going? Because they're not implementing any of it. Really, I mean,
It's going right.
games.
It's going in their pockets. It's going in their pockets.
I think they took all that money in order to build those regional departments,
Yep.
so they can have more top brass.
Yep. Right.
Oh, we got a new check-in. Big Clay, 123% respect to you, sir. You're a beast for everything you've overcome over the years. Thank you for exposing all these crooked, corrupt CDCr bastards. 100% free Brant.
Get on.
Big
Get
Clay.
on, man. I send mine to you, Big Clay. Thank you for your words, and I appreciate that, man. And I'm always gonna overcome. I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other and crush whatever's in front of me, man. So, but with that said, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your words, man.
Outlaw just checked in.
Check us out, man. Outlaw, my boy, man. I send mine to you, and I'll be getting at you a couple days. I'll be stopping by, man. I kind of cold, bro. So I've been under the weather just a little bit, you know. But other than that, man, I send mine to you, Outlaw. Clay, share the message, my friend. Share the message, bro. You know me, I'm gonna keep mowing them down. Stand them up, I'm gonna knock them down. But yeah, I ain't gonna stop exposing their fucking bullshit, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Tired of my friends being subjected to it.
Well, it seems like
I'm tired of being subjected.
The plague is everywhere.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
The dog here saying Newsom spent $18 billion on homelessness, and the homelessness is still going up. Where'd the money go?
Right. Newsom's pocket with McCumbers, the head of CDCr, they go in his pocket too. They're in the business of fucking they're in the Ponzi scheme business. I promise you that. I can go deep. I can go deep right now, but boy, I'm not even feeling it. So maybe next time I have to get deep on that one day, dog. Cause I read some shit when I was in Pelican Bay Shoe. I read some shit on lawsuits and in the law that would just blow your mind, man. Yep. That's right. Fuck yeah. But, you know, Outlaw, man, I send mine, bro. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Fucking, we'll hook up. We're gonna hook up, man. Kim K, I send mine. Ken, Stowe, everybody. Clay, everybody out here. Outlaw, send mine. So, we're gonna call this a wrap, dog. You know, I send mine, bro. Fucking, we send ours to the worthy. Keep fighting this fight. One foot in front of the other, knock them down, man. Knock down the corruption, man. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. I don't care if I gotta go to yard with 100 motherfuckers and die on the battlefield. That's what I'm gonna do. They're not gonna break me, man. They're not gonna break me. Ever. They're not gonna break me, man. All right, then, baby girl. I think that's a wrap. We're gonna call this one over.
Yeah,
thanks. You guys have a good weekend, folks.
Thanks everyone for showing up. Okay. Well, looks like the clock ran out, and you all have a good night. Thanks for showing up. We really appreciate it. Y'all take care and see you next time.